Hello. In this video, I'm going to go over how you can do some quick strategic keyword research for your company website or blog. This video, just a heads up, is meant for beginners. So if you do SEO, if you're experienced with SEO, you might not get much out of this video, but thanks for watching anyway. So starting off, when you're doing keyword research, you should always think about what phrases, what words customers or prospective customers are using to find you in Google. And if you've been working in your industry for some time, you may already know the typical questions that your prospects may have before they make a purchase. So from there, you want to figure out, okay, just taking those phrases, just go over to Google and figure out what are some other keyword variations that you can use to target on your website. And before I go into the demonstration part, the reason why keywords are so important for your SEO strategy is, one, you want to make sure that you get relevant and qualified traffic to your website. So for instance, if you're a dentist in Houston and you don't specialize in pediatric dentistry, well, you shouldn't be going after any keywords or phrases that are related to pediatric dentistry. That's an obvious example, but regardless of the industry, you don't want to go after services, or you don't want to target demographics that you know aren't your best clients, or you don't have the capability to fulfill what they're requesting. So going over to Google, and for this first example, I'm going to use a pretty simple phrase here, Houston locksmith. So let's say you're a locksmith in Houston. You want to make sure these are going to be your primary head terms. And head terms, that's just some lingo. Usually these are 1 to 3 word phrases. They're going to be very kind of straight to the point. So Houston locksmith, Houston dentist, Houston plumber, Houston urgent care center, and so on. And so let's say if you were a locksmith in Houston, you can replace locksmith with whatever the name of your profession. And you can see here you have the search results. And one of the places I look at for keyword ideas is the page title. So let me zoom in here so you can see it better. The page title, so that's this blue underline here, and you can see like different phrases that these different websites are targeting in their page title. And then also I look at the meta description. That's this little snippet here at the bottom. And so basically anything that's relevant to that phrase, it's going to be bolded or in boldface here in the meta description. So you see here we use Houston locksmith. We have locksmiths in Houston, locksmith, right? And of course, you always have to kind of think about what's relevant to your business. So we have keys and locksmiths. We go down to the second research result, locksmith, Houston, Texas, 24-hour locksmith, most trusted locksmith, commercial locksmith services would be a good one. Automotive locksmith services would be a good one, and residential locksmith services would be a good one. Keep going here. We have a lot of the same things. So local locksmith company in Houston, that might be a phrase you want to go after. Locksmith services. Scrolling down more. Yeah, so it's going to be pretty much the same. Car locksmith, 24-hour car locksmith, residential locksmith, home key services, commercial key services, car key services. So those are all phrases that if you're a locksmith that you might want to target on your website or with your SEO campaign. Now, kind of looking more here, this is our other suggestions from Google. And so backing up a bit, so when you type in whatever phrase you're targeting, you'll see that there's this drop down here, and these are Google auto suggestions. So if people type in Houston locksmith, they also might be looking for some of these other phrases that are in this drop down menu. So if you're in the Galleria area, or you're able to serve customers in the Galleria area, you might want to target Houston locksmith Westheimer, car locksmith Houston, 24. So it's a lot of the phrases that we saw in the page titles and meta descriptions. So that's the first place you can look at this top drop down menu. Then here at the bottom, you also have other suggestions. So it's going to be much of the same. So that's one way to find some good keywords to kind of start building your list for your SEO campaign, or you may even be using this for a pay-per-click campaign on AdWords or Bing. Now, so kind of going back to my list here, a big reason why you want to figure out which keywords you want to target, because these are going to dictate what you write about, what your blog or on your services pages. And if there's one thing you can remember about content, there's actually quite a few things, but when you're getting started, you always want to write content that addresses one of your customers or your prospects' pain points. So if you can create content that answers questions, give them the information they need to make better decisions, you're always going to have some trust in their eyes, and that's how you build up your brand online and build goodwill around your brand. So staying with the locksmith example, you want to figure out what questions people are asking when they're looking for locksmith services. So one trick I like to do is to add how here at the beginning of the phrase. So you see here, nothing different. So what that tells me is that we might need to take out Houston here in the phrase. So what I was trying to trigger here is what's called the featured snippet. And the featured snippet, it's going to be a box. You've probably seen it before. And people also ask, that's going to be at the top of this little box. And so you want to look at these questions to figure out, okay, are these relevant questions to what your customers may be asking? And so what it looks like is, these top three here, they're all related to becoming a locksmith. So if you're already a locksmith, it might not be, these might not be good questions to target. But you can see here, how long does a locksmith take? That could be a good question to target. How much does it cost to call out a locksmith? That might be another good question. How much does a locksmith cost to open your house door? That might be another good question. So those are three questions that you can write blog posts around. You can write, you can include these in a FAQ section on your website. Or if you're not afraid of video, you can create a video similar to what I'm doing here to add to your YouTube channel or to embed on your website. So just some things to think about there. And again, if you're in Houston or whatever city you're in, you want to try to find ways to make it relevant to people in your city, in your location. So that's how I would find questions that people are asking related to your services. Now, I want to keep this video relatively short, so in the description, I'm going to link to a more detailed video where I really iron out different tactics you can use to find keywords for your company's website. But before I end the video, one last thing I wanted to go over, and that's hyperlocal targeting. So Houston, if you live here, it's a huge city, and we have different areas. So let's say you're a locksmith, but you're only interested in targeting clients or customers west of Beltway 8. So that's pretty much going to be the energy corridor, Katy, Fulshire, uh, Memorial, West Chase, and so on. So in that case, you want to do the same thing we did here, but actually use that particular area that you're targeting. So in this example, I'm using energy corridor. And you can actually see the type of phrases that people are using or competitors are using in your area to rank here well in Google. So, it's probably not going to be too much different, but, these guys, flyinglocksmiths.com, they're actually targeting locksmith services in Western Houston. So that might be a good phrase to target if you're only targeting West Houston. Let's see what else we have here. 24-hour mobile services, so mobile locksmith services. That's a new one we haven't seen. Let's see here. Locksmith Katy. So I mentioned Katy, so that's probably an area you want to target. So hyperlocal, I'll make another video about this that goes more into detail about hyperlocal strategies. But hyperlocal is a way to really stand out for a particular area. And of course, there's not going to be as much competition for Locksmith Energy Corridor, Locksmith Katy, as it would be for Locksmith Houston. But if these are relevant, qualified customers or prospects calling you, it could be more worth your while, and you might see faster results. So wanted to end the video on that. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. We're going to be putting out videos like this regularly so that you can get up to snuff with your SEO strategy and your SEO campaign. If you would like to kind of discuss some strategy on how we can work together, just click the website link, and from the website, click Contact Us, and you'll be able to book an appointment with me. Well, thank you for watching. I hope this video has been helpful. Take care and have a great day.